Does it record? Are we good?
It looks good.
Join us on a stroll through the strange, frightening, but always intriguing world of the unexplained. Join us as we tiptoe through the darkness with your hosts, Lizzie, and I'm Bethany. Okay, so this week has been a big pile of shit, and I am looking forward to having a nice time discussing creepy things that nobody understands.
In the UK!
In the UK.
And it's Cannock Chase. Yeah, I'm gonna see how many places you can mispronounce in this.
Oh, I'm gonna mispronounce a lot. On a side note.
I'm having a sucker right now, so sound like the sound effects of a porn right
Very, very professional. Okay, so have you heard of a place called the Eternal Flame Cave?
No.
This is a
but
real
it
place.
sounds like a place a cult will take you to sacrifice you.
Okay, so this is a place in New York State, and it's a cave, and it's got a
or in a
flame.
video game where you might get it like a special weapon.
No, it's a cave, and it's got a flame that they think that is natural gases, but it's behind a waterfall, and it's always going. It's never out. It's actually
I've never heard of this, but it makes sense. It's like a build of methane.
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, there's supposed to be mysteries and treasures. Anyway,
gas.
Yeah, I just discovered this place yesterday.
Shrek farted.
So you need to look it up because it sounds really interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
And yeah, I was enjoying it. Anyway, okay, so today's episode we are going to be talking about Cannock Chase in the UK. That's England. In case anybody didn't know.
I didn't know. I just thought it was a small country called UK.
UK stands for United Kingdom.
It's not the country of Ook?
No. You'd be surprised on how many people don't know that. Okay, so we are going to be talking about Cannock Chase, which...
It's not just England. England's part of it.
Whatever. Same thing, but different. Okay. If you are listening to this and you are from the United Kingdom, drop us a line. Let us know how wrong we are, because we are wrong. We mess up facts in our own state that we live in. Okay? We mess facts up if it's Tuesday or if it's Saturday. Alright? This is something that's common. So, drop us a line.
And we're on the other side of the continent, so we were even farther from you than other Americans.
We are on the other side of the continent, yes.
Yeah. Or like, even farther. Distance-wise. We're closer to Russia.
My husband is probably rolling his eyes right now. Okay, anyway. Now we're going to talk about Cannock Chase.
So many of my teachers are shaking their head. I failed her.
Cannock Chase is located between Cannock, Lichfield, Rugley, and Stafford. It comprises a mixture of natural, deciduous woodlands, plantations, open heartlands, and the remains of early industries such as coal mining. Cannock Chase was designated as an area of outstanding natural beauty on September the 16th of 1958. So you can't go hunting on it. It's like a national park like in America.
Protected territory.
It is. But it's also the smallest area to be designated.
Well, the real reason it's protected is because of all the paranormal that happens there.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to get into that. How about we let people know what we're talking about first?
Like, they don't know what the podcast is about.
Why don't they know what the podcast is about? Okay.
It's not about touristing areas.
You know, though, you would be surprised on how many areas are high tourist attraction. New Orleans. Yet everything in New Orleans is mysterious. You just say the word, and people conjure up things with, ghosts and voodoo queens and...
beads and boobies.
Normal people. Normal people. Okay? Not you. Okay, so now the Cannock Chase has several war memorials, including Germany and a Commonwealth War cemeteries. A memorial to the victims of the Caton massacre. They have that. Now, this is leading into why there might be a lot of sightings of ghosts, a lot of sightings of hauntings in the area, because in this memorial that they have set up for the Caton massacre, that happened in Russia, okay? It didn't happen in the UK, but they have a monument there, and they have several vials of soil from the actual massacre site at the memorial. Why?
Why would they memorialize something that happened in another country?
They have the vials are
Did it happen during World War I or World War II? Because I know they had troops there.
It could have been. They have a lot of people that were in that area. Our family was in that area, so they probably just set up a memorial. I mean, they have a memorial for... they also have a memorial dedicated to Frida, the Harlequin Great Dane mascot of the New Zealand Rifle Brigade. The dog is buried, Cannock Chase. It's also marked with a memorial and a marble headstone. So they have they have cemeteries in the area. You got to picture it's a beautiful forest area. There's walking trails, there's hiking trails, there's bike trails.
Yeah, they have music events.
It's a very popular place. It's beautiful. It's also got a lot of hauntings. It's got a lot of mysterious happenings, and it's got a murder. So why don't I throw it to you? Why don't you tell me what you got?
Well, I'm going to start.
We'll discuss the other
with
stuff.
a list. The list of all the paranormal creatures sighted in Cannock Chase.
Okay.
Starting, a black-eyed girl, pigman, werewolves, ghosts, aliens, UFOs, a black panther, not the Marvel character.
Yeah, I've got that.
A 14-foot super snake.
Wait, what's so super about it? It's just fast?
It's 14 feet foot.
14 foot's not that big for a snake. We have big old boa constrictors they catch in the swamps.
It could swallow me.
14 foot.
But it's in England.
Yeah,
Can snakes live in England? I mean, isn't it cold there?
I'm sure that they can live there. I'm just saying, what makes it super?
I don't know. Didn't St. Patrick
eat
run them
somebody?
all out?
Did it eat somebody or did somebody see it?
People saw it.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
A hellhounds.
Well, that's their
and
homeland.
A Bigfoot.
What?
But I want to correct. A lot of them are very snide about it, saying they don't believe it's a Bigfoot. They just got confused with a werewolf sighting.
England, listen to me very carefully. I love you. I've wanted to go and travel and explore your lush lands and your castles and all that stuff. Shut up! I'm talking to the people. I respect your culture. I love your history. Don't fucking touch my Bigfoot, okay? Listen, Bigfoot and Sasquatch, they're in America, okay? Now, there's other creatures everywhere else, but Bigfoot, it's North America.
In Canada?
I'm talking to the people. Shut up. Bigfoot belongs to us. You can have a wild man. You can have an ape. You can have any cryptid you want. But you don't fucking touch Bigfoot. All right, go on.
Maybe it was just, visiting, vacation. He's got a bunch of beers.
Stop it.
And he's got a...
Stop it.
Red, white, and blue flat shirt on.
Stop it right now.
Says America.
All right, go on with your list.
Okay. No, that's the list. And if you want to know anything more about most of these creatures, you can check it up in the book by Lee Brickley. You can find it in the book UFOs, Werewolves, and the Pigman, Exposing England's Strangest Location, Cannock Chase, by Lee Brickley. And you can also find it in the website mysteriousbritain.co.uk under cryptozoology. It's very interesting articles there.
Got it.
Okay, so the Black Panther, I didn't know if I should include it as a cryptid, because the way the story goes with the Black Panther is that...
So, the Black Panther
was actually a legal pet of some wealthy guy. And when the authorities started catching on to it, he got spooked and he let it go.
Yeah, that's not a cryptid. But that would be creepy as shit. You walk in around going, "Oi, what a lovely bridge I've come across."
So they think that most of the sightings of the hellhounds, the werewolves, and the Bigfoot might actually just be this Black Panther. But the problem is that this Black Panther sightings have been going on for years. And panthers don't live that long.
When did it start? When did the...
I don't know, because I was focusing on a different cryptid in the thing. There's just something I wanted to mention.
Alright, what's the cryptid that you were focusing on?
The Pigman!
Of course you were.
The Pigman.
Okay, the Pigman's cool. Alright, go for it.
Yeah, the Pigman is cool. Okay. So, the thing with the Pigman is that he actually has two origin stories. I'm not going to go over the sightings, because the sightings are all the same. I was going on a picnic with my loved one, or I was bicycling down the woods, and I see a man or a creature on all fours rooting through the ground, and then it stands up on two legs, it looks at me, it's got a pig's head, and I freak out and I leave.
So it could be some loony wearing a pig's mask.
It could. I mean,
are they naked? Are they clothed? Is it a man or is it a woman?
You know, they never mention it.
It's kind of important.
You think so? I'm assuming it's clothed, because if it's not clothed, you'd be like a naked man with a pig's head.
Well, and also, was he happy at the time?
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
it could
if he's
be.
all like well endowed, you're going to be like, this guy is huge.
No,
And he
no,
had
I'm
a
not
pig's
talking
head.
I'm not talking about well endowed. If he's happy, then maybe it's some guy who's doing this as
That's
a
not a
fetish.
good thing to do walking through the forest like, because then you're going to hit every tree.
All right, go on with your pig story.
Okay. So I was going to go tackle the sightings. They're pretty numerous. You can check them out off through the website I mentioned. Okay, so the first one is very sci-fi. It's during World War II, American and British scientists were playing God and impregnated a kidnapped girl with pig seed. When nothing ever seemed to happen, they let her go. But a year later, they were surprised that she had born a baby with a pig's head.
A year later.
Yeah, for some reason it took even longer than a normal pregnancy. That's why they let her go. Now, I know evil scientists, and if they had a failed experiment, they would have killed her.
Okay,
Not just
so
let her go.
a pig's gestation is 114 days.
Uh-huh. So maybe it was like 114 days on top of the 9 months. Which is really 10 months if you ever birthed, you know.
That's... Okay, and a human is 40 weeks.
And you can't impregnate a woman with pig seed?
Human gestation is 280 days. And a pig is 118 days. So let's say for shits and giggles that she was somehow able to get pregnant with pig. It's longer for a human than it is for a pig. Why would it take a year for her to give birth?
And to cross species is a very new thing that they just starting. Like the illuminated rabbits that glow in the dark. You seen those?
Okay, that's not...
So, no,
wait a minute.
so there's no way they had that capability back then.
That's messing with DNA.
Mm-hmm.
It's not messing with, like, the semen and shit. You can't have two different creatures.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying the story's clearly bogus. But
Okay.
It's great. It's like one of those pulp science fiction.
And really quickly, why were they trying to give her a pig human?
I don't know. I mean,
There's no use of that.
Yeah, I mean... if you're going to mix someone with it, you're going to want to get, like, a...
Tarantula.
Honey badger.
No. You have a thing for honey badgers. It would be more with tarantula.
There's a human with a platypus.
What is that going to do?
They have venom! And they're already mixed up with different species.
And they got a big-ass tail and a long beak. What's that going to do for them? A tarantula, they can run fast and hide.
With extra arms.
In my mind is happening.
That's creepy.
Oh, that's right. But platypus man is not.
Platypus man makes sense.
All right, what's
He's
your
already mixed. Okay, so that's one origin. My favorite origin is the locals story, whereas it is the ghost of a tax collector. So the locals had found out was cheating from their money, and they caught him. They killed him, and they fed him to the hogs. Oh wait, they might have fed him to the hogs without killing him, which is so much worse. And now, for eternity, he is forced to wander the Cannock Chase with a pig's head.
Oh, see, now, if that sort of was like they put a pig's head on his head.
They fed him to the hogs.
I like that one better than that.
I do too. I mean, the evil
scientist.
tax collector? Come on. Who do you root for in that story?
Nice. Okay, alright, so...
Oh, and, wait, that's not all.
Oh, of course it's not.
You see, the pigman comes with a rhyme that the old folk tell the young.
Ooh, I like the rhymes.
So,
British accent.
I can't do a British accent.
Let me hear your British accent.
Oh, my British accent sound like I'm trying to be Australian?
Let me hear it.
No.
Give it a try.
No.
You have to give it a try.
Can you do a British accent? You do a British accent.
Oh, my lovelies!
Alright, I'm gonna read the rhyme, and then I want you to read it in...
Wait, give it to me. Let me read the rhyme. Where am I reading?
The bottom segment there.
The pigman rhyme. When night falls into the woods, at your peril, for inside lurks something worse than the devil. Avoid at all costs the gathering place, where at midnight the pigman roams on Cannock Chase. You're welcome.
Oh, yeah. That was damn good, actually.
I know. Very creepy. I'm sorry to everyone from that part of the world. I deeply apologize.
I apologize for nothing.
Oh.
That's awesome. I love your accents, all of you.
Oh. I tried.
Men are sexier with accents, so.
Why does your mind go there?
I'm a very lonely.
Okay. What else did you got?
Children are creepy with accents.
Yeah, I don't like that. All right,
Children
what else?
are creepy.
What else you got?
That's pretty much it.
So this is my turn?
This is your turn. You go for it. You go for it, girl.
Okay. So you told me about Cannock Chase. I'm like, what the hell is that? You said it's very mysterious. It's all these creepy... So I got excited because after I started reading about this place, I thought, oh, God, this is a really boring topic. I'm not going to like it. I was wrong. My hat off to you. Mm-hmm. So... there's murder.
Yeah.
Lots of murder. Lots of bad things happening in this place. So in the 1960s, Cannock Chase gained notoriety not for its ghouls or goblins, but for the murder. The murder of 3 little girls. There was 9-year-old Julia Taylor, 6-year-old Margaret Reynolds, and Diana Joy Tiff, who was age 5. These were little babies. And they found their bodies running along the side of Cannock Chase is the A34 freeway, and they found their bodies between the freeway and.
Well, and what year was this?
1960. Well, okay, now in 1964, Julia Taylor disappeared. Okay, she was left for dead. But here's the thing: she actually survived. Okay, but she was left for dead. They left her little naked body out to die of exposure, but luckily a cyclist came along and found her, and she was saved. Okay.
Imagine that nowadays it's so much harder to snatch little girls like that.
It's harder. I mean, it happens, but it's getting harder. But yeah, she was lured into a car. Okay, that was 9-year-old Julia Taylor. Well, they didn't. I mean, the stranger danger wasn't a big thing. Everybody, if you were walking down the street and some little kid was throwing rocks at something, you can go smack them with, your umbrella and say, hey, cut that out. Where's your mom? And take them and, they would get yelled at. The adults were right, the children were not. They were to be seen, not heard.
Dangerous thing.
Which between you and me, sometimes we should bring back. So in 1966...
and the female vote.
I'm just joking. Children should always be listened to. You should always listen to your children.
Oh yes, cover your ass now.
You don't know how many... You see all those movies where the children are like, Mommy, there's a ghost in my closet. And you go, there's nobody in the closet.
A child tells me they see a demon. I'd be like, okay, we need to stop talking to dead people right now. That is a rule in my house. There is no talking to dead people.
See, I believe my children. I go look in the closet and I tell them, whatever you saw is not there now, but you let me know if you see it again. Because I'm covering the bases. Okay? Just saying. Alright. Okay, so in the 1960s, Cannock Chase got world recognition because all these little girls were showing up dead, their little bodies. It was the first time.
Were they just dumped, or were they?
Their bodies were dumped. All of them.
He didn't try to bury them, or
no, he just dumped it like they were trash.
Oh,
this guy's a piece.
He
of
was
shit.
done with them. He just tossed them.
This piece of shit. Yeah, the only one that survived was the Julia Taylor that we know of. Now, as we're talking about this guy, as we talk with other serial killers, you don't know how many people he actually killed. Since he's just dumping their bodies like they're trash, who knows? He's not attempting to hide anything. He just tosses them out, okay? So, in 1965, the little girl, Reynolds, Margaret Reynolds, she's 6, she disappears. And in 1966, Margaret...
6 is young.
Yeah. Well, they didn't find Margaret Reynolds until 1966, but she disappeared in 65, okay? So her body had been out there for a while. Okay, so then... that year they went looking for these little girls. They had over 2,000 people searching this wooded area, which was the largest manhunt in the UK history. This is also the first time that they ever used a composite drawing of a suspect. And they got Julia Taylor to help them make a composite of the man who attacked her. And other people had seen this guy around the area at that time and the car. And his name was, piece of shit. His name was Morris.
That is the most British name I've ever heard.
His name was Raymond Leslie Morris. Piece of shit!
He's got a girl's name for a middle name?
Yeah. Oh, he's a piece of shit. So they arrested him, and he said that he claims that he was innocent, but he was innocent. But he was really bright. He had an IQ of 120. 130 to 140 is genius. So he was super intelligent.
So what you're saying is we should get rid of all smart people.
Probably. Yeah. Okay, so then they found, now they convicted him, but they didn't find the last victim. That was 7-year-old Christine Darby. They found her in 1967. So they found her sprawled out, her naked body, in Bushwood, about a mile away from the Reynolds and
were
the
they
Tiff.
sexually abused or no?
I didn't see that, but I'm assuming.
Because I know a lot of serial killers will not actually
do that.
Won't actually molest or rape them. They'll just kill them, and then
So here's the thing: he might have done these actions in Cannock Chase.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got the murders going on there. They've got cryptids. They have sightings, like you said, they have all the way back since the 19th century. They've been having sightings of the black dogs, werewolves, cats, UFOs, black-eyed kids. So, and there's a varying of crimes. In fact, there was a young girl who claimed, she came forward in 2015, and she said that when she was 6 years old, that some senior politicians in the area took her out to Cannock Chase and molested her, and they would pass her around in the wooded areas there, molest her, and then send her on her way. So,
that's not smart anyway. I mean, first of all, Cannock Chase is an open area that's popular.
No, it's not an open area, and it's not populated. It's a park. It's a wooded...
Yes, but it's a park that people visit all the time.
Yes, but it's a dense wooded... It's like Central Park. Central Park is huge. People see it and they think, oh, it's just a small park. It's not. It's got tons of museums. It's got lakes. It's got all kinds of things going in it. But it's still, there is wide open spaces where they do, but it's also very... I mean,
I'm not putting doubt on her story. I'm just saying.
She said that they were called the Elites, and she said that they used other locations, but the main location was Cannock Chase. And they haven't been, her story hasn't been verified. But like I said, it was only 2015 that she came out with this, so it's still relatively...
Well, actually, the story of the murder of the girls actually has a connection to one of the cryptids.
Okay. Which one?
The black-eyed girl.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so they have a young man... Well, several people have done it. They have a young man, though, was flying his drone along the area, and he spied something moving in the trees. He went down. You can look on YouTube and find this video of the girl in Cannock Chase.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good video.
Yep, it's a very good video, and you can see something moving in the wooded area, so he goes down to see what it is, and he sees a girl, scratch that, a person. It could be a dude in a white, nightgown.
It looks like it has long black hair.
To me, it looks like it's got something. It could be a hood. It could be hair. The guy comes closer with his drone. Oh my gosh, droid. With his drone. It would have been cool if it was a droid, but with his drone. Comes closer, and it looks like the girl, dude, whatever it is, kind of pulls its hair back or its hood back to see what's going on. And then the guy with the drone got scared that I might throw something at it, and so he flew off. Which, look, that could be faked. Easily faked. And if I've got a drone and I'm flying it around and I see some creepy ass person, I'm going to follow that person as long as I possibly can because I want to see what's what. I'd go as close as I can without getting my drone destroyed. I wouldn't just cut tail and run. I want to see it. It's like these people who say, I want to go see a ghost. They go into a haunted place, they see or hear a ghost, and they run screaming out. What did you go in there for then if you didn't want to see it or hear it? Same thing. If you're flying around, you see something
I think he was just recording the scenery. I don't think he was actually aiming for a ghost.
But you can see it, though. As you're controlling it, you can see your drone, drone, the things that your drone saw. That's why you got closer to see what it was. I don't know. It's a creepy video.
But people hike in there all the time. It could have just been a hiker.
It easily could have been a hiker. It could have been somebody with a dress on in there, or...
Well, the sightings of the black-eyed girl is actually very similar to the Pigman, where they'll see somebody standing in the woods, kind of shielded, or she walks up to them and then walks off. It's not very attacking, just creepy.
Yeah, and I urge anyone listening to this, go to YouTube and look up some videos of Cannock Chase. It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful
place.
And it's a diverse vegetation. It's just gorgeous.
And everyone there has this cool accent.
That's very true, especially when you're living in America and you don't have cool accents. Not like you guys do over there.
Well, the Southern people have really nice accents.
Yeah, and the New Yorkers, but Midwestern.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was so there's a lot of,
Yeah, there's a lot of cryptids in
There's a lot of blood spilled there, so it might be an invitation
So, did you hear about the Druid connection?
See, okay. No.
Okay, so they said that the first settlers there, that it was actually a place where the Druids would sacrifice. Now, I have a sneaking suspicion that over there, Druid sacrifice areas are kind of like our Indian graveyards, where every time you find something spooky, the first thing they say is it's Indian graveyard, where there's actually more Indian graveyards than makes sense.
Well, Native Americans, they were... I mean, there was, I guess, some Native American tribes that might have practiced sacrifice, but it wasn't.
Amityville, they said it was an Indian graveyard, and all the local tribes were like, no, it's not.
Yeah, no, we have no connection to that land whatsoever.
And besides that, that's really insulting to them that... the Native Americans, that their spirits are immediately going to be evil.
Yeah, but I mean, if someone comes and, is on top of my grave, I don't know, I might be a little pissed about it too, and like, move your ass. But I don't know if there's lots of grisly things that have happened in Cannock Chase that can open the door for all kinds of things. And plus, you have a place that is very old. Very old.
The thing is, especially with the Druids, is that a lot of what we know about the ancient Druids was from bad PR. From both the Romans and then later the Christians.
Oh, yeah.
They were not loved by most of the ruling people at any time. So, while they might not have actually done sacrifices, these people probably do have a closer connection to nature, know where the thin spots in reality might actually be.
Well, that's a possibility.
So they could have just been drawn there because of ley lines and...
I don't know. You know what? That's an interesting thing I didn't look up, is ley lines. That would be interesting to see.
Yeah, if you want to find out more about ley lines and stuff, you should check up Newton's Triangle.
Ooh.
That's near Yorkshire.
Oh, well, that's okay. So, I thought it was really interesting, and I enjoyed this. I would love to read. There's a whole bunch of articles if you go online about Cannock Chase.
Yes, like they said, you might want to visit the website mysteriousbritain.co.uk.
Yep.
And definitely read the book by Lee Brickley of UFOs, Werewolves, and Pigman, Exposing England's Strangest Location, Cannock Chase.
Wow. I loved it. I love spooky places that have more than just one mystery, like, oh yeah, Old Man Johnson murdered his family.
Yeah, I love especially cryptids with like multiple origin stories.
Yeah.
And the locals are like, oh no, this is what really happened.
Yeah, that was interesting. Good suggestion. So
thank you.
Okay, so
I mean, we could go on this forever with the Black Panthers, the snakes, the aliens, the UFOs,
snakes.
Oh, that kind of freaks me out. The 4-foot snake. There are places in this world I will never visit because their snakes are half that size.
Okay, fair enough.
We have
Did you ever see that videotape? Not the videotape, but the film of this. Okay, it was in the 70s, and in a chopper that was flying, general, maybe a sergeant, could have been a colonel. Anyway, he was taking pictures from the plane, and as they went over the jungles, he took a picture of an extremely large snake that was humongous.
I remember this story. Yes,
okay. We're gonna have to do something. We're gonna have to do something about that one because that's.
Well, I have a very interesting story about a Navy commander for our next subject next week.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, good segue. All right, so what are we doing next week?
The Jersey Devil.
Okay, the Jersey Devil. Oh, okay. I can do that. I've heard a lot of crazy stuff about the Jersey Devil.
I knew nothing about it. That's why I picked it. Because
really?
To me, it sounded kind of like a boring chupacabra.
No! Have you ever heard of Springfield Hill Jack?
Yes.
It's kind of... The Jersey Devil's a little take on some of the Springfield Jack.
It's a little bit of everything. It's
a little bit of everything.
So, and what stories I heard, it was like, oh, okay, that sounds like bullshit. But now that I've done some investigating on it, it's actually really interesting.
Okay. Jersey Devil it is. All right, well, thank you for joining us. And as always, please leave us comments or let us know if there's something you would like us to discuss. I'm your host, Bethany.
And I'm Izzy.
And we hope to hear you next week when we do the...
Well, you'll hear us next week.
Yeah. Flip that. Skip that. as we talk about the Jersey Devil,
It's a lot more interesting than it seems.
you have to wah.
My waha has to be bigger than yours.
Your wah.
It was the best.